Imagine you're walking through a forest and suddenly a 5-meter-long crocodile drops on you from a tree. Sounds like a horror movie, right? Well, for some unsuspecting creatures in ancient Australia, this might have been a terrifying reality. Scientists have just made an incredible discovery in a backyard in Queensland, the oldest known crocodile eggshells ever found on the continent. And these aren't just any old eggs. They belong to a creature that's the stuff of legends. These 55-million-year-old eggshells are from mekosuchine crocodiles, a group of prehistoric reptiles that ruled Australia long before the saltwater and freshwater Crocs we know today even arrived. Paleontologists working on this discovery have nicknamed some of these ancient predators drop crocs. Why? Because evidence suggests some species of mekosuchines might have been terrestrial hunters, climbing trees and ambushing their prey from above, just like a leopard. It's a wild idea, but it paints a fascinating picture of Australia's prehistoric past. This whole story began back in 1983. Professor Michael Archer from the University of New South Wales and his colleague Hank Godhelp literally drove to the small town of Murgon, knocked on a resident's door, and asked if they could start digging in their backyard. The homeowners, thrilled to learn their property was sitting on a prehistoric treasure trove, happily agreed, and for decades, this site has been giving up its secrets. This latest find, the eggshells, was a collaborative effort led by an international team of scientists. So, why are a few fragments of eggshell such a big deal? Well, as lead author Xavier Penades Iblas explains, eggshells are like tiny time capsules. Their microscopic structure and chemical signals can tell us what kind of animal laid them, where they nested, and even how they reproduced. By studying these fragments, we can piece together the lives of these mysterious mekosuchine crocodiles. We're learning not just about their anatomy, but their behavior and how they adapted to their environment millions of years ago. These drop crocs and their relatives were incredibly diverse. Some were fully aquatic, others were semi-aquatic, and some, as we've heard, might have been land-based ambush predators. They grew to impressive sizes, some reaching at least 16 feet long. For tens of millions of years, they were the dominant predators in Australia's ecosystems. It's hard to imagine a time when crocodiles were potentially climbing trees, but the fossil record is full of surprises. But if they were so successful, where did they go? The story of the mekosuchines has a sad ending. They are believed to have gone extinct in Australia around 3,000 years ago. Scientists think a combination of factors led to their downfall. The climate changed, and Australia became much drier, shrinking their inland habitats. This meant less space and fewer resources. At the same time, they faced growing competition from other predators, and their prey started to dwindle. It was a perfect storm that this ancient lineage of crocodiles just couldn't survive. This discovery highlights how much we can learn from even the smallest fossils. While it's tough to definitively link an eggshell to a specific extinct species, the researchers are confident. The shells were found in the same geological layer and location as the only known mekosuchine fossils from that time period, making a very strong case, as other paleontologists have noted. Connecting the eggs to the adult crocs can unlock a new level of understanding. It helps us reconstruct their entire life cycle, from nesting habits to their unique and sometimes startling hunting strategies. The Murgon site is a gift that keeps on giving. Professor Archer is convinced that with more digging, there will be many more surprises waiting to be unearthed. Each new fossil, whether it's a giant bone or a tiny piece of eggshell, adds another chapter to the incredible story of life on Earth. It reminds us that the world we live in today is just one frame in a very, very long movie. And who knows what other bizarre and wonderful creatures are waiting to be rediscovered right under our feet, or in this case, in someone's backyard. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you thought this story was as cool as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the prehistoric world. Let me know in the comments what you think about the idea of drop crocs. See you next time.